What's going on? As you're seeing on the screen is Fusion 13. Now I know what you're thinking. Why is he there? What are you thinking about? He's old. He's outdated. I know. But let's just say if this guy here was to get a Zenkai. Me personally, I would be excited if he got one. I like him. I think on his release, I think I wanted him more than the Goku, because he released on the Spirit Bomb Absorption Goku. That's when he came out. But I liked him more. Out of all the androids, I gotta say he's probably my favorite one. I'm sorry, but I do like Cell. But out of all of them, I think he's my favorite one. Just what he was able to do. He kind of, you know, gave the Z Fighters the what for when he transformed. Base, he didn't do much. He didn't do much. But I want him to get a Zenkai for a multitude of reasons. For one, his stats are not that bad. I feel like, I have him at that star count. He's not that bad per se, in my opinion. But I still think, and if you were to look at him with max stats, that's not bad. I mean, Key Restore could be a little bit up there, and maybe his defenses could be a little bit higher. But the only thing that I say that kind of makes it a little bit iffy as to why you give him a Zenkai is because there's just this one blue unit that's running rampant. Technically there's two, but just that one, and that's Ultra Gogeta. Now, to say Ultra Gogeta was not even made, it was not made, there will still be a lot of blue units running rampant. But one of the things that I liked about him is this one little passive, just that 30% extra damage to Super Saiyans. I really like that. It's not much, yes, but seeing how Super Saiyans, that tag has evolved, him getting a Zenkai to me would not make too much of a you kind of crazy. He's just like a fan favorite of mine, really. At this point, we all have our fan favorites. He's just one of the fan favorites. Man ability, he restores his health by 30%, and he gets 30% key just to, you know, activate his ult. Now, he's a time-gated unit. He has to be on the field for at least 10 timer counts to receive all the buffs that you're seeing on screen, which is not bad. And he has, I wouldn't call it a lock-in, but you can kind of call it that, of a 2-count substitution count. I said that twice. I know. For the enemies, and that's not bad. But but here's why I really like him. He has a last stand ability. Now, above. Now, he does have a cover change. The good old nut punch. No, that's classic. We can't forget about that. I really like that he has that. His release, you have, it was made for androids, honestly. Obviously, as you can see, he gets 50% of damage and 30% health restoration as well. So that's pretty good, thinking about that. Now, let's say he got a Zenkai. Honestly, if he maybe just tag Movie Saga, because he was kind of made to be ran alongside Android 14 and 15. Yeah, for some reason I get those two mixed up all the time, but he was kind of released around those guys. But if he were to get a Zenkai, I really think the devs could really work around that. But again, the only really bad thing about it is just that one blue unit that's running around that could make it a little bit more difficult for him to find a spot if he were to get a Zenkai, or even just to find a spot in today's meta. Red units, to me, they won't last long. There's too many good blue units in the game that'll hurt a lot of these old red units. Now, Strike, nothing. Blast, nothing. Now, his blue card is still not bad. It's not bad, actually. You know, it's not bad. I think it's really decent. But his green card, yes, I like this green card. It was just one of those priority gaining green cards with blast armor. If you successfully got it off, you could chain it in. Now, a lot of the units now, there's a few units that I can recall off the top of my head. Obviously, the Gogeta, obviously, Ultra Gogeta, and I'm missing out. Well, EX Zanya, the yellow one, hers is a main ability, but there's some units that could nullify, cover change. And I think if you were to get one, the Zenkai, that's what he needs, just to nullify special cover change. Maybe give it an activation count. Maybe say activates twice. So that means you have 2 free times to, combo into this green card. And Deadly Crasher, honestly, probably one of the best green ults in the game, underrated ults in the game in my opinion. And plus that 30% chance to inflict faint, I mean, that's kind of cheese. I know you wouldn't like it. It's very, very cheesy. But just looking at that, I really do think he could benefit from his Zenkai. Now, honestly, androids really don't need a red unit, obviously, because free-to-play 21 is probably the best and only option for androids now. She's a beast. She's a monster. And maybe if you're not sold on her, maybe you want revival cell, because revival units are kind of needed in this meta just to keep the fight going. If you're ever stuck in those moments where you need a revival unit, a lot of the times I'm running into people that's running revival Gohan. Anybody running revival God Goku or revival Kid Gohan, I'm not seeing those two guys anymore. Neither revival Cell, but man, revival Gohan, LF wise, and revival Final Form Frieza, I'm seeing those two ran. So yeah, I could see why you kind of wouldn't want him to get a Zenkai, because for one, he's a red unit, too many good blue units, and androids already has that. Now, compatibility, if you look at his tags, Android, Absorption, Fusion Warrior, Powerful Opponent, I would probably give him something for maybe Powerful Opponent opposed to androids. Yes, units that could take advantage of that, but I really want to give it to Powerful Opponent, because Powerful Opponent really don't have a lot of representation when it comes to Zenkai buffing. So I think he will be a good, solid option for the red Powerful Opponent Zenkai buff. But he's just one of the units that I want to get a Zenkai. I have 2 other ones that you're about to see right now. And the next one, honestly, I know. First Form Cell. This guy really, I feel like, in my opinion, did not stay long. Neither him or Super Saiyan Trunks. Neither of those guys really stayed. Personally speaking, I would have thought the Trunks would have stayed a little bit, because he can go type neutral with his ult. But the main reason why I want him to get a Zenkai is, well, stat wise, I have him 14 star. You may have him differently. 14 star wise, not bad. Defenses are kind of lacking there. I feel like a lot of the Zenkais from this a lot of the units from this year, I feel like their highest defensive stat was base 160 ish. I want to say the transforming cooler unit was released around the time this guy got released, and if so, his defensive stats were godlike, and I think he's still good to this day. But one of the reasons I want to give him a Zenkai, because me personally, I'm not that fond of the free-to-play 18. I'm not that fond of her. She's good, don't get me wrong, she's really good, but I'm not that fond of her. So, and I haven't really been working on the Android 16 that's in the Ultra Time Space Metal Shop. I haven't really worked on it too far, because I'm kind of waiting for Super 17 to be added there. But just for keepsake, say I never do Android 16 or buff him up anyway, or they never add Super 17, which eventually they will, I want them to give this guy a solid option at Zenkai. Now, I feel like he could take advantage of a lot of. He could, you know, he could be honestly buffing a lot of things. I will probably give him green and future for the Zenkai buff because they don't have a lot of representation when it comes to Zenkais. They don't really have it. And when you look at, you know, the future tag as a whole, the is that pesky unit. They are the, I guess I want to say they are the probably best anything. Blast does nothing. Kamehameha doesn't really do anything. He just hits a little bit harder with his blast arts if he connects with this. But I really liked his green card. You know, he steals 50 key and gains 50 key, but also heals in the process. He gets 10% heal. That's really good. But they kind of gave him the before his Zenkai, the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, with his green card with his blue card. And I really do think the way that he functions, or when I saw the way that he functions, that he should be at least be able to combo with his with his strike and blast at least, or maybe into another green card. I feel like he should combo within everything, and he has blast armor. You can't go wrong with that. Main ability draws a blast card, minus 50% of blast arts for 30 timer count. That's not bad. And he is also another unit that can take advantage of a 100% to vanish restore gauge. That's really good. It only takes 5 timer counts to activate, which is really good. Like, come on now, it's really good. Z ability, you know, future, blast attack, and you know, android strike attack. So that's not bad. Now, one of the things I liked about him on his release, that for 60 timer counts he gradually restored health, and I really do think that's pretty good. I would prefer units. I just want to say this. I prefer units to really have, you know, this ability, to have it like later on in the fight. I say, now let's be honest, 60 timer counts, the fight might end way before that time. But I want to say one of the things that units should have, if they're gonna have this perk, is to make that a later on. Like, maybe if they're like the last unit, give them that, or maybe if instead of 60, maybe 30 timer counts pass for something like that. I think that would have been great. But at the same time, you're still getting 60 timer counts worth of healing. And on top of that, you know, you still have a green card if you manage to get one in your hands, or maybe you have a team that can utilize green cards to heal. So not a bad option. And that second pass will restore 30 key and plus 20% of damage inflicted. If I'm reading this correctly, if this character is on the field and somebody switches, so if you can get somebody out of a switch, that's 30 more key, and you can kind of keep a combo going, maybe kind of sort of, but not like as you think. But that's still a good main first passive. I really think that's really good. Now his second one, this is where I kind of felt like he was gonna fall. Point of time, legendary gated units really didn't have a lot of room to shine, just like transforming units, that ones that had a timer count. A lot of those guys really didn't, you know, have a lot of time to shine, because let's be honest, you're not keeping this guy on the field for past 13 timer counts when you know, especially in today's meta, if you're running a mono purple, yes, not happening. Just not happening at all. You don't want this guy to be on the field if you're running a mono purple or up against a mono purple. You wouldn't even want to bring him into the match if you were facing mono purple. But even so, I still think you can take advantage of that, and I probably will give him some type of unique passives, maybe fighting maybe against Super Warriors. Well, no, take that back. Nobody run those guys. Maybe against, you know what? I would say Super Warriors, and I would say Saiyans and Hyper Saiyans, and even androids in its own right, because this first form Cell was fighting against androids and he was fighting against, you know, Piccolo. So maybe androids and maybe regen would be a good one. But I wouldn't give it to regen. I really do wish they'll just make Z Fighter a tag in the game, so that way this cell will benefit from the, hey, he gets X amount of damage against Z Fighters, you know. And also, I want to backtrack on that super give him notification, just because I think that's just a really good thing to have in today's meta. Type notify are really good to have just for that keepsake. Sometimes a lot of units that go type null, they will still get hit. They will still get mollywopped around after time, so it wouldn't even matter. But then again, you gotta think about it. A lot of those units that are doing the mollywopping are having some good buffs, or some good buffs, some supports, whatever the case may be. So I just want to get a Zenkai, at least make him type neutral, and at least give him more damage inflicting passive and card draw speed. As well as this cell, give him card draw speed. For the love of God, if you got a Zenkai, card draw speed. I like units that can take advantage of card draw speed, which is going to take me to my very last unit of the video, and that would be this transforming Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan God Vegeta. Oh my God, I cannot explain how much I love this guy. I really do think at the point of time, he was one of those units that I was like, yeah, I gotta have him. And I don't remember who he released alongside of. It's been that long. I don't remember. If you do know, let me know in the comment section below. But I don't remember. Now, what does he do? For those that don't know, stat-wise, I have him at 14 star automatically because I think I pushed for this guy. I wanted him to be a max because I was like, yes, you're my blue unit from Vegeta family. Stats-wise, we don't talk about that. Blast, pretty good. Strike and defense could be a little bit better. Key restore could be a little better, but this is before transformations. Now tags, what could he take advantage of if he got a Zenkai? I would just give him Vegeta Clan off the bat. I wouldn't even give him Saiyans, or I wouldn't give him Super Saiyans. Let's give Vegeta, the Vegeta Clan, something to look forward to. Let's give them something. Because eventually, I really do think that Majin Vegeta LF will get a Zenkai eventually. But that's scary hours. People are talking about the newer Zenkai Vegeta getting a Zenkai. Yeah, let's talk about Majin Vegeta getting a Zenkai. Then come talk to me. But after transformation, when transforms, stats are looking pretty well solid. Strike looking a bit better. His blast attack is almost at 300k. Just let that sink in. If he was got a Zenkai, he would have broke that. He would probably be the best ranged attacker in the game if he got that. Now, non-transform, he didn't really do anything special. He had Gallic Gun, which draws a new card upon hit, which is really good. Now, his green card still works the same, even if he were. As a lot of the Zenkais, well, previous Zenkais that had green cards that I want to say their green card changed to this. If you were to get a Zenkai, now when he transforms, he still gets that same benefit from the Gallic Gun Super Saiyan. But in God, he still gets that, you know, that draw one card. But he also gets 20% to special move damage, which is real good. His green card stayed the same. I want to say it stayed the same. No, well, yeah, it kind of stayed the same. It just bumped that up to 30 timer counts when he did that, and it still changed everything over. Now, before he main ability before post transformations, I'm all still getting used to this. Just bear with me. He restores health. That's not bad. And any attributes that was hurting him, clear, crystal clear. That meant the Sensu beam before he transformed. That's not bad. Now warm up, I want to say a lot of these still stay the same, even when he goes God. But one of the things I liked about this guy, wait a minute. No, never mind. When he transformed, he got a 60% to Vanish Gauge restores. That's really good. Activates twice, by the way. So he's one of those guys that could manipulate, Vanish. You vanish once, pop the main, vanish again. You fooled me once, you fooled me twice. I ain't gonna get you a third time, but we're gonna try. I think a lot of those still stay the same. I want to say even this one stays. Yeah, it still stayed the same, but it just changed to where now when he enters the battlefield, he destroys the card and it reduces enemy key by 20. That's good. That's good in its own right. Now, main ability, whenever he is in God form, let's just say this: when he released, he was the combo king for a good long time. If you were caught in that, destroying more was good in its own. On God, and I dumped out my hand, I would pop the main just to get another hand, just to keep going. And I think that's just one of the things that I really liked about this guy. Not only did he get more, get more. Not only did he manipulate his Vanish Gauge, I really do think that's what made him really good from that. Alongside being able to, keep a combo going. Now, what really hurt this guy was just that I guess he couldn't keep up. The damage was just not there. I really think that's what's his issue. I could be wrong, but I'm just really sold on his damage not being too great enough. Now, yes, you can still give him Zenkai buffs all you want to, but it still just wasn't there. I still think he's a solid option. Even to this day, if I were to run a Vegeta clan, it's going to be either him or Majin Vegeta be on my team, or the movie 13 Vegeta transformed in his fight against, again, this is where I get them mixed up. I want to say he fought Android 15, the little purple dude, the little short homie. He was funny. I think he fought him. I think that's, y'all know what I'm talking about. But still, if he were to get a Zenkai, I would really like it, and I would just give him, Zenkai buffing Vegeta clan, just to give Majin Vegeta a good extra buff. I mean, why not, But those are the 3 units that I want to get a Zenkai, mainly because I really do think that this Android 13, he's not bad. He's just that at the time when androids were trying to find themselves, he was the red unit at the time. But now since everything changed with the game, androids kind of fell off. Now they're back up again, but he's not that red unit anymore. It's free to play I almost said it. Free to play 13. Hey, Legends, drop that. I need a free to play 13 by the by. But free to play 21 is that unit for, androids. And as far as this cell, he just really couldn't keep up because he was time gated. And I think that's what really held him back from him being time gated. And again, just like this Vegeta, for Vegeta family or Vegeta clan, if I want to run androids, he will most likely be my green unit, because I'm not that sold on 18. She's really great, don't get me wrong. I used her, I like her, she's really good. But if I want a green unit, I want to give him the opportunity to shine for me. As well as this Vegeta, he just didn't really he just couldn't keep up, and that's kind of what hurt him in a way, that he couldn't keep up. But I still think, even so, I still think 3 guys will be a good Zenkai. And that's just some personal opinions from me personally, as in making this video, And I just want to make a full disclaimer. I'm still getting used to this whole YouTube thing. But yeah. These are 3 guys I want to get a Zenkai. And Probably the next video, I want to take a look at the next EX units to get the Zenkai. But nonetheless, if you enjoyed this video, you know, like and subscribe. And hey, maybe I can show off these 3 guys in PvP match. Just give or take. But if that's I can't speak again. But that's all I got. And enjoy. I'm messing up again. Again, just bear with me. I'm still getting used to this. But you know, that's all I have. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you later.